Myself, Vaishnavi from SNS College of Engineering in the Department of Information Technology. So, as we saw previously, now we're going to see about the keywords. So, as a continuation, as we know that keywords is nothing but a special reserved word that have a specific meaning and specific purpose. So, it cannot be used for any other purpose. As we know, there are 33 keywords. What are they? So, they are class, exec, assert, lambda, def, expect, global, import, return, print, yield, for, elif, else, continue, if, not, break, from, are, true, and false, while. So these are the 33 keywords which have been used in Python. So let us know the purpose of these keywords, and which is a logical operator, as to create an alias, assert for debugging, break to break out a loop, class to define a class, continue is to go to the next iteration of a loop, def to define function. So del is nothing but to delete an object. Elif, a conditional statements like else if. Else, a conditional statements, once if all the statements are getting false, then the else statement will execute. Except, used with exceptions, what to do when an exception occur. False is nothing but a boolean value. Finally, used with exceptions will be executed no matter if there is an exception or not. For, to create a for loop, we'll use for iteration purpose. From, to import specific parts of a module. Global, we declare a global variable so that we can use in any other class of that particular program. If, to make a conditional statement. Import, to import a module. In, to check if a value is in a list or tuple which is present in it or not. Is, to test if two variables are equal or not. Lambda, to create an anonymous function. None, represents a null value. Non-local, to declare a non-local variable. Not, a logical operator or a logical operator to pass, a statement that will do nothing. Rise, to raise an exception. Return, to exit a function and return a value. True, it's also a boolean value. Try, to make a try except statement. While, which is a loop with used to simplify exception handling. Yield, to end a function, return a generator. So what's next? Variables. As we know that variables are containers for storing data values. Here let us consider this box as a variable, that is, which has a variable name age and equal to 21. So here similarly there are several boxes which has a variable name. Here we store the John as a name and age 35. Honest, is he honest or not? Yes, true, he is honest. So John 35, true, these are the values. Name, age, honest, these are the variable names. So how to name a variable? So there is the rules for naming a variable. A variable can have a short name, like we can give a single letters X, Y, A, or a more descriptive name. My name is, like that. We can give a descriptive name, either a short name. A variable name must start with a letter or the underscore character. So it should begins with either a letter or a underscore character. A variable cannot start with a number. It cannot start with a number. So a variable name can only contain alphanumeric characters and underscore. It cannot have any other than this. So variable names are case sensitive. So if it is capital, it must be throughout the program, it must be capital. If it is small, it is throughout the program must be small. So here we have an example, age, all three are small letters. In this first letter capital letter, all others small letter, all capital letters. These three are different variables. So Python will consider these three as different variables. So here these are the variables as we know. So name, take with when, this string variable, it is number, integer variable, this is list. So sequence is a list. So now let us see which are the valid variable and invalid variables. So yes, it has a single letter alpha, it is considered to be a valid. Name, it is also considered to be valid. So here we have an at symbol. It can have underscore. It cannot have any other symbols. So it is invalid. And fourth, yeah, it can have a value alpha and value. Yes, it has alpha and number. So it is valid. So here it is also valid. It can begin with underscore. Yes, valid. 6 is invalid because we cannot begin with a number. And 7 is valid. 8 we cannot use int because it is a keyword. Double, these are the keywords. We cannot use a keyword. So 10, it's all capital. It is well and good. 11, we can give a first underscore name. Yes, it is also valid. First hyphen we cannot use. It is not valid. First space name, we cannot give space between the variables. So this is the major rule. We cannot give space between the variable. This is also not valid. And we cannot use dot or other symbols. So it is also 14 is also not valid.